Namaskar and good morning. Today we'll take a look at Indoco Remedies Limited, a pharma company which is performing reasonably well. It is engaged in the manufacture and marketing of formulations, which means finished dosage forms and active pharma ingredients, APIs, in India. It has a strong international presence in regulated markets and also rest of the world. The company has a well-built brand portfolio of a number of products in various therapeutic segments like anti-diabetics, cardiovascular, central nervous system, musculoskeletal, and nutrition and dental care. Lot of products are there. I'm not going into all the names. The top management consists of Suresh G. Kare, Chairman, Aditi Panandikar, Managing Director. Now, first let's take a look at the quarterly results of Q2. The net sales for Q2, September 20 quarter, is 328 crores. Previous quarter was just 276 crores. And same quarter last year, that is Q2 FY20, 286 crores. 328 now, previous 276, same quarter last year 286. So year on year growth is 15%, quarter on quarter growth is 19%. So sales have grown reasonably well. Now net profit is 25.65 crores in Q2 this year. Previous quarter 17 crores and year ago quarter 8 crores. So 25.65 crores versus 17 crores versus 8 crores, that is year on year 228% growth. Quarter on quarter also impressive growth, 51%. Equity is 18.43 crores. Basic EPS on a face value of 2 rupees is 2.78. Face value 2, but quarterly EPS this time is 2.78. Very high. So the Q2 results are very good compared to Q1 results and also Q2 of last year. Compared to that, very good. The market price of the share currently is 293 rupees. Price earning on this basis, latest EPS, latest market price is 26 rupees. Not low. Not very high, but not low. Volumes are good, 2 lakhs plus. So buying and selling, there is no problem. Face value of the share is 2 rupees. 52-week low is 145. 52-week high is 311. Currently 293, it is very near to the 52-week high. Technical rating analysis is bullish. Now, if you look at the annual results, see, I always look for the annual results also because previous 5 years, how it has fared. 5 years back, the sales were 1,008 crores. Current year, that is March 2020 year ended. 1,106 crores. Sales 1,008 5 years back, 1,106 March 2020 year. No great progress. I am not satisfied with that. See, in 5 years there should be at least a 50% growth. That's not there here. Net profit also 5 years back it was 81 crores. It came down to 77 crores, then 41 crores, and March 2019 minus 2 crores. March 2020, 24 crores. Of course, March 2019 was loss, minus 2. But March 2024 looks impressive, but compared to the previous 3 years, 5 years ago it was 81 crores, now 24 crores. So, 5 years performance, sales, no improvement. Net profits have fallen. Let us take a look at, but Q2 performance is good. Last 5 years performance, the 5 years before it was very good, but the last 2 years performance is very bad. March 2019 was a loss. March 2020 gain 24. Okay, but compared to 5 years ago, it is nothing. Cash flows, if you look at that, operating activities 122 crores, not bad. Investing activities minus 55. That means they are trying to expand. Financing activities minus 63. Maybe payment of some debts or something like that. Net cash flow is 2. Okay, cash flows are not bad. Now, historical prices. I always take a look at historical prices. 3 years ago it was 268, 2 years ago 216, 1 year ago 163, 3 months before 218, 1 month before 260, 1 week before 265, now 293, which means it was never a multi-bagger in the last 3 years. Will it be a multi-bagger in future? We'll have to wait and see. Of course it is expanding, but the profit margin should improve, sales should improve. See, last 5 years sales were sluggish, profits have fallen. At least this year it should be better. Q2 is a good show, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, dividend was 15% for the last 2 years. Prior to that 50%, prior to that 80%. Dividend, they are giving a reasonable dividend, but not great. The last 2 years was not great. 15% is nothing. Now, shareholding pattern, if you look at that, promoter share holding is 58.69%, which is very good. Pledge is 0, that also is very good. Promoter shareholding is very good, pledging is 0, that's also very good. FIs hold very less, 2%. Others hold some 20%. Okay. The promoters have got confidence in their own company, that much is good. Now, face value was 2 rupees. Margin ratios, if you look at that, gross profit margin was 11.35. It has fallen from 17% 5 years ago to 11% last year. Operating margin has fallen from 11% to 4.95%. Net profit margin has fallen from 8% to 2%. It has fallen in the last 5 years. That's the problem. So, return ratios, if you look at that, return on net worth has fallen from 14% to 3.54%. ROC, return on capital employed, has fallen from 12.85% to 6.74%. Return on assets has fallen from 8.71% to 1.89%. So, I would like to watch Q3 before pronouncing any judgment on this. Debt equity ratio is of course very low, 0.3. So, that's okay. The debt is very low, pledge is very low. Then two favorable points. Now, market cap is around 2,698, book value is around 73. The chairman's message on September 24, 2020, 73rd AGM says, the domestic, that is for the last year, the domestic formulation business witnessed a double-digit growth of 13.2%. The company launched 8 new products, 5 in cardiology, 2 in diabetology, and 1 in dermatology. Currently, the launch activities for Apixaban are on hold in India as Indoco is contesting a patent infringement case filed against it in the Delhi High Court by the innovator. Although the outcome of the patent infringement case cannot be told now, Indoco is strongly defending the case. So, on the regulatory front, you see, Goa Plant 1 is expected now. Earlier, USFDA had raised certain queries on Goa Plant 1, Plant 2, etc. Now, they have answered all the questions. So, USFDA is expected to re-inspect Goa Plant 1. In FY20, the international business registered a growth of 26.9% with revenue of 296. So the warning letter issued to Goa Plant 2 and 3 was withdrawn by USFDA. The company has now started receiving approvals against its ANDAs and dossiers, and these will boost sales for international business. The net revenue for API business was 86 crores in FY20. Expanded capacity at the new plant will cater mainly to internal consumption and will also help in growth of external API business. Currently, the company has 90 process patent applications for API intermediates and finished dosages. Out of it, 34 have been granted. 90 filed, 34 have been granted. So, on the research front, it is okay. It's moving well. Growth trajectory seems to be good. See, COVID-19, there are some suffering, but paracetamol export was banned initially, and subsequently it was relaxed. So, Indoco has resumed the supply of paracetamol to United Kingdom. The first shipment was airlifted on 12th April 2020 from the Goa manufacturing site. So there was a investor con call also recently in November. That went off reasonably well. So they have launched Fevindo 400 for COVID-19. Fevindo 400 is actually Favipiravir, an antiviral drug effective against RNA-based influenzas. The drug has been approved by DCGI for treatment of COVID-19. Now in the international business front, during the Q2, revenues from international formulations grew by 63.7% at 121.4 crores as against 74.1 crores for the first quarter. In the first quarter, first half, revenues grew by 62.5%. Second quarter, we have seen 63.7% growth. Now, for the whole first half, it grew by 62.5%. US revenues grew by 295% to 43.4 crores against 11 crores earlier. Indoco has received the approval for Apixaban 2.5 mg and 5 mg tablets. Apixaban is an anticoagulant blood thinner and is used for patients with health problems caused by blood clotting. During the quarter, the company dispatched 4 products to the US to be launched by the partners. So among them there are 3 injectables and 1 tablet. The company received repeat orders for all those things. So it's going on well. On the regulatory update on Goa Plant 1, periodic compliance updates were submitted by Indoco to the US FDA agency, and inspection of the site by the US health regulator is likely shortly. So many things are going on well for Indoco. Indoco is expected to do very well in Q3, Q4, etc. Let us watch out. As I said, Q2 is fantastic, very good. But earlier quarters were not so good. Last 5 years, though revenues were above 1,000 every quarter, there was no improvement. I want improvement. Every investor should want improvement. In 5 years, at least 50% growth. That was not there in the last 50 years. Let's hope Indoco will wake up to its sluggishness and remedy that. Thank you for listening. We will watch Indoco Remedies. It's a good company, but it should grow faster. Thank you.